Miguel and Ryan to talk about Prism.
All right. Oh, thank you. Oh. Hi, Zappos. My name's Ryan. I'm from the Couture team.
And my name's Miguel. I'm with Campus Collision and Community.
Woo! Miguel's popular.
No, I'm not.
We're here to represent Prism, which is an art collective that we started with some members of Zappos.
Yeah, we've managed to come together, and now we're kind of like a fluid circle in some way.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's been a lot of fun. We just finished our first big project, which is some huge murals on the way to the bistro. I'm not sure if anybody's seen them yet. All right, cool. So that was the first project. Really excited to be working on more. We have some news on another big project we're working on, but we're going to save that for last. So originally we were going to come up here. We were going to just introduce a video and show the news and hope you guys would come out. But since the theme is journey this month, we were asked to kind of share our journey about art and how we got here and hope it inspires some people. So we're going to go ahead and start off with Miguel.
After you, sir.
I guess we'll start off with me. Alrighty, so my name is Ryan Brunty. I was born and raised in Vegas. All right, cool. Henderson. All right. Green Valley? All right, cool. Yeah, so I started drawing when I was younger, but nothing too serious. And then about 3 years ago, my grandfather died. And I started doing a lot of self-portraits because I couldn't leave my house. I started experiencing depression, and I never was diagnosed. I didn't even know what depression was, really. It wasn't something on my mind. I mean, I'd experienced sadness before, but this was like something where I couldn't leave my couch. Like I said, I didn't leave my house for 2 weeks. During that time, I drew a little character named Yerman. I don't know if you guys have seen him around campus or a couple people. So this is the first time that I drew something and put it online, and people started really taking a liking to it. And this is the first time that I drew something that I saw myself in. So because of that, I started really taking him on as a character, and I started leaving my house a little bit. I started coping with the world a little bit more, and it was just a really weird coping mechanism that happened, but I mean, it took me out of my house, so I have to be thankful for it. And eventually, I was able to start painting it on campus. So this is the first mural that I ever did. Thanks to Paco for believing in me. I mean, all I had was a tiny little watercolor paper, and he's like, hell yeah, paint that. So I was like, Zappos is wild, man. Anybody can paint here. So that was the first mural I did. It turned out pretty good. I mean, I would change some stuff now, but it was just good to get it out and help to cope a little bit. The second mural, I actually did a collab with Miguel. This one's on the outside wall. Miguel did the galaxy work, and then I did my character Yerman right there. This one's called Love Bites. Basically, he's taking a bite out of a heart. It's really easy. I'm sorry. And lastly, this is the one that I just did. This is a 40-foot wall. So it's just really wild to me to be at a company where you can take an idea from tiny form and blow it up to a 40-foot wall. That doesn't exist in a lot of companies. And that's really, really eye-opening for me. And it was really just a great experience. Since then, I've hung another piece on campus. I mean, Yerman he's quickly gaining some legs, and people are really starting to take a liking to him, even so much so that people are getting him tattooed, which is super cool. So I like that. That was awesome. Can we do that again? Oh, that was rad. Yeah, so it's really crazy to me to see something that was a coping mechanism for me for depression, and others are starting to cope with it as well, even so much so that therapists are starting to use it in their own sessions. So there's psychotherapists here in the country that are using this technique of drawing monsters to help their clients cope. And the first time I heard about this, it brought me to tears just because it saved my life, and now it's potentially saving other people's lives too. And I really can't fathom that. And I have to thank Zappos for that because it really brought me out of my shell to paint on a larger scale. And so I just want to leave you guys with one final quote. It's inspire others to inspire others, because if we inspire others to inspire others, we ignite creativity and live in a world of wonderment, and that's what we all want, right? Thank you so much for listening to my story. I hope to hear your guys' story at the happy hour after this, and now we go over to Miguel.
Hi, everybody. My name's Miguel. Some of you may have seen some of my stuff around campus. A couple things here and there. Thank you. I want to talk to you a little bit about myself. I've been at Zappos for about 4 years. Prior to that, I was actually working in the food and beverage industry, restaurant, of course. Within that same time, I actually was on a really huge art block for 10 years. No art. Yeah, I probably doodled once in a while. That's about it. But yeah, like no artwork whatsoever. So did the the whole daily grind thing at the job. Stressful work environment. Long hours, and then eventually I became literally unhappy. So I got a really good opportunity to work at Zappos, and I thought, hey, you know what? Just jump on board, and started working at CLT. Represent CLT. That's right. A lot of love for CLT. Eventually it was one of those things where, I started to get back into my art, and the way I did how it happened was, there was one way we, connect with customers, and that is through PEC cards. And there was times where, like, I just took that opportunity, took that 15-minute, that little button there. I forgot what it was, but you go into that status, whatever, and then you do your PEC cards. But I really loved doing them just because it was a great way for me to not so much engage with the customer, but just give them a piece of how we connected over the phone, or how we were together on the phone call. So that started happening, and eventually it was like birthday cards, flyers, posters. Hey, can you do a banner? And then we moved to downtown, and then downtown, as soon as they open the doors, you see nothing but blank walls and chalk walls. They're all blank, so it's like, so it just a lot. There was just a lot to do there, and then I just started doing a couple of things here and there. Did my name, I think, on the front of AV. I forgot what it was, and then we had a really good chance to work alongside Kelly and Lizzie down in the basement, start working on the Alice in Wonderland themed basement. And then shortly after that, it was like, hey, can we start doing some more, campus artwork? And then within that same time frame, Holacracy started rolling out, and things kind of had to change, and I had to self-manage and self-organize in some way or another. And because I really wanted to give back, I really wanted to get to do these projects, because I really love to do them, and that's what I'm passionate about. But also too, our priority was, to be on the phones to help our customers and to wow our customers, and that was really important to me. So in the midst of all that, restructuring, going through Holacracy, reorganizing, the culture kind of just took a little bit of a dip too, and I kind of felt it, and I felt in some way or another like I needed to find some sort of inspiration, some motivation that I need just to keep pushing on, to keep moving forward. And so I'd go on my breaks, 15 minutes, go on an hour break actually, and then after 15 minutes, I had 45 minutes left, and I just didn't know what to do, and I just it felt right to me. It felt so genuinely just to do it, because it was the right thing to do. So John Lennon went up, and then shortly after it was Biggie Smalls, and then Michael Jordan, and then it just started happening just overnight. And then eventually there was a point in time where I had to really concentrate on the phones, because it's what I signed up for, and the work just got to be really demanding. And then luckily with the help of Holacracy and learning to restructure myself and reorganize and self-manage and all that, had a lot of help with the implementation team, which is now, and with Jordan Sams actually. The guy's a genius, just to let you know. With that, had a lot of help with that, and eventually created a role with Paco, Jamie, and Tony, and then did a proposal, and now I am the full-time artist here at Zappos. Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you. If there's one thing I would want to take away from all that, it's Zappos gave me the opportunity and the chance to not only to pursue my dream, my goal to be an artist and to create and to inspire and to motivate, and they gave me that chance. They believed in me. They trusted in me, and I want to give that back so much, and I plan on doing that. And if there's one thing I would want to leave you with after this whole speech I gave you, I always said this: the biggest impact you can make is the one you leave behind. So that's really important.
Cool.
Alrighty, and so that brings us to, so that was our journeys. Now it's about the journey of Prism. So we've come together with some Zappos artists, and we have a journey that we want to take on now too. So with Paco, he has this sense of wonderment about all human beings. Everyone has an artist inside of them. Everybody is capable of creating beauty, and that's what makes Paco so wonderful.
Ryan Orris, if you guys don't know him, just follow him. He's pretty awesome. He's pretty much been out to prove to himself that no challenge is too great, and he wants to find some way to instill that in others.
You heard my story. It's all about mental health awareness.
And Stephanie Tidwell, may not know her now, but she's come a long way, and it took her a long time to find the confidence within her artistic voice. And now that she's found that, she wants to inspire, motivate others to pursue those passions and to act on them, which is really important too.
And that's kind of what our journey is all about. And so with that, the big news that we wanted to share is that we were chosen to paint a art motel exhibit at Life is Beautiful this year. So come down.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Take a picture with us. We're going to be there the entire festival. It's going to be really, really cool. And follow us on Instagram. We're going to have giveaways and all that good stuff. And here's a video.